Hi everyone and welcome to Critical Bitches. Today we're taking a Critical Bitches. I can't headline and welcome to Critical Bitches. I can't headline and welcome to
Somebody's got the thing.
I can't headline and welcome to
Somebody's got the thing.
I can't headline and welcome to
Somebody's got the thing.
I can't headline and all right. I can. Okay. Sorry, everyone in the chat. Who on earth has Okay, why we got echo? Well done. Okay, are we echoing? Okay, we're good. No.
Searchy,
No
start with
one can
you,
hear
Eve.
you, Amanda.
Searchy,
No
why
one
the
can
fuck
hear you,
not?
Amanda. I hadn't captured audio.
Searchy,
No
why
one
the
can
fuck
hear you,
not?
Amanda. I hadn't captured
You,
audio.
Searchy,
No
why
one
the
can
fuck
hear you, Amanda.
not?
There's the echo. I turned it off so the chat wouldn't get the echo. I'm still getting it every now and then. Yeah, why? What is going on? Alright, can everyone mute themselves? Yeah. Okay. Give me a sec. Maybe it's me. That's me. Okay, stream can... Oh, fuck me. I am... Yeah, it has to be the idiot, doesn't it? Okay. I've only had 3.5 hours sleep. I apologize, everyone. No one can hear them yelling at me. Now they can hear me. They can all hear you do the introductions, Amanda, because I am obviously not up to this.
Well, what am I doing this?
You're gonna scream, damn it, Jen.
You're telling people how awesome I am.
Yes, you're telling people how awesome everyone is, so go for it, Amanda.
No, just me.
Okay, so specifically, Kate is the fucking coolest. Yes, you don't know her. Everybody knows her channel. That's fucking stupid. But Kate, could you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, my online name is Bionic Dance, if you're not familiar. And when someone is wrong on the internet, I point out exactly why they're being a chowderhead, specifically with regard to religion, but, and I pepper my videos with some pretty awesome, in my never humble opinion, animation.
Yes, very much so. That's cool. Math Pig, everybody knows you. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm a blue pig, and I have a channel.
Wow, am I rubbing off on you?
We do shit Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Thursdays are good fun. Sundays and Tuesdays, I poke and annoy people.
Awesome.
That sounds like
Sal, Eases and Works. Welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Artist, drawing. I don't know. Yeah.
Sal does all my artwork. Sal does there's at least 30% of the artwork's channels are done by Sal. That's on this panel now.
Mine too. And he's working on our new channel. So
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, actually.
yeah.
Good man.
Sorry.
Good man.
It's always my fault.
Yeah.
No, that's all right.
It's actually usually my fault, but yeah.
Nah, blame Matt Pig.
Actually, today we can fucking blame Jen for everything.
Hey.
Damn it, Jen.
Yeah, it's damage, Jen. It's not blame. It's damage.
Oh, I am having a good one today. I think this. I mean, we've had fluffs at the beginning of these shows a couple of times, and this has got to be the worst.
This is our fifth fucking show, Jen.
The best thing is, that wasn't the first fluff up. We went
yeah.
live before, and she hadn't hit go live, and we went through it all.
Yeah.
Yep. Right.
So, fluffer must mean something on your side of the planet that it doesn't mean here.
I know what a fluffer means in that context as well, but
Yeah, we
fluff
all
is
know
an
what a
error.
fluffer
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not a good start.
All right, everybody knows who Dave is. Critical Cripple. Dave, tell us about yourself.
I can mostly be found arguing on Twitter, and I have a dumb questions thing on in the mornings at the moment during the quarantine.
Yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous.
No,
Like really ridiculous. Anyway, so this evening or morning, wherever the fuck you are, we're just talking about K Mr Hovind because he said some stupid ass shit last week, and we were talking, and we're like, well, let's
Who's
just,
K Mr Hovind?
take some. What?
I'd like to also point out, Amanda, when doesn't Ken Hovind say stupid, dumbass shit?
I'm just saying it was really bad last week.
I agree. It was particularly bad what he said last week. Well, it was earlier this week, actually, wasn't it?
No, it was around. Was it? No.
Oh, yeah.
That video you shared was real scary. I was like, wow, my mind got some problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that man's got some real problems.
Yeah.
Tonight he is not K Mr Hovind. He is Cunt Hovind.
Cunt Hovind.
So,
There you go.
cheers to that.
Yeah.
Quote. Can't stand them.
Go ahead, Jen.
All right. I put together a bit of a video compilation that we're going to watch through. We're going to tear them apart. We're going to have a bit of fun. A few of you are going to be drinking. I'm not, because I think I'm incapable already. So I assume many humorous errors during this stream. So and Red Bull for Kate. Oh, on the hard stuff, Kate.
Yeah, keep going. You're
Okay.
doing really good, man.
All right, so without further ado, I think I'll switch over to our playback, because I'm not going to screw that bit up, and we will watch the first clip. But, if anyone wants me to stop, just tell me to stop.
This is what NASA did and said, if the
Oh my
world's
God,
oceans
what
were
the
removed,
fuck? Stop.
here's what would happen. Is that playing up?
Already. Did
What
you
happened?
do that on purpose, Jen?
Well, put NASA at the beginning.
Yes.
Look, it doesn't have to be personally about you.
I'm sorry, but after this last fucking week, I mean, seriously, okay. Go on, I'm sorry. I'm here.
We all know that you used to work for NASA, or still do.
No, shut the fuck up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
What
Smart
just
Sergeant.
chill?
You're talking
Didn't
about
used to
Flatter.
work for NASA. She used to shill.
She used to shill
She
for
used to
NASA.
cover up their lies.
Such a shit.
Dave,
Such a shill.
I'm gonna.
I hope you got a
I'm gonna
good
fucking
shill
get
check
you.
there, Amanda. Alright, I'll keep going.
On screen there. Here they are taking water out of the oceans, lowering the sea level. And you notice the continents are growing larger because there's a continental shelf around everything. If you remove all the water from the oceans, it would be all land. You could walk anywhere, okay? So the
Okay,
ocean
stop.
level
Oh,
determines...
yeah.
Stop. If you remove all the water from the oceans, we're fucked. We get 50% of our oxygen from the oceans, not to mention all the ecosystems you'd be screwing.
Well, the man wants to
Well,
stress the fact you could walk. That's the whole
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
That too, okay, so Israelites took 40 years to go through the desert on a trek that should have taken 11 days, but we're gonna walk from fucking one continent to another for Noah's Ark or some shit.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's where he's heading with this. But
Well,
I mean,
and you know,
Wait a minute. Would the pressure still not be a problem?
Oh, calm down, people.
A man is a
Kate,
genius.
and then Dave. Okay.
Well, the thing is that the 50% of our oxygen from the ocean thing won't affect Kent Hovind because he's clearly a methane breather.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave.
That is true.
Right. Well, surely, if you go down to the bottom of where the sea is now, if there was no water, there would still be a massive increase in pressure with another 5, 6, 7 kilometers of air on top of you.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be all that great for you. But that aside, he goes, there's a continental shelf. Yeah, well, there's a continental shelf because that's where the fucking continents end. They still end. The continents are these larger, thicker pieces of crust, and the little bits of land in between are thin bits of crust, and they're not part of the actual continents. It's separate. And it still would be, even if you drained all the freaking water away. You just have these long lines which lava pokes up through. We'd also have a lot more. We'd also have a lot more carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid in the atmosphere from all the extra volcanic activity.
I was going to say, how long before, if you remove the water, how long before there is explosive volcanism along the normal boundaries?
Well,
great. Instantly, pretty much. Yeah, we're pretty screwed.
As everything dies off from lack of oxygen and begins to decay, that's an issue as well. Yeah. That's even more carbon.
Oh, plus everything dies of thirst.
Well, yeah. But I think we would... It depends on... I don't know how quickly it would take us to start, like, not being able to breathe as opposed to not being able to source water. I would have to think about that, and I don't want to right now. So.
I find it interesting that like the snowy, icy poles in Greenland are all still there. Like nothing's melted.
Yeah, why is that? Why is that?
He explains that later.
You
guys didn't watch.
I meant to, but I ended up being snuggled by kitties and fell asleep.
Better. I would have chosen.
Understandable.
Yeah. No, I saw the whole thing. That was quite interesting.
Was it? Junkshot Library says, wait, I'm confused. Does Kent Hovind not believe in continents? I would suspect Kent Hovind is incontinent.
Yeah.
Does he wear a toupee?
Lots of hair.
Very well possible.
Maybe.
Yeah,
so,
it might be.
Hi to everyone in the chat. Sorry, I'm fucking useless and screwed this up at the beginning. I know there's a lot of you there, so I'm not going to go through everyone's name, and I'll probably miss a lot of comments as they go past. Mostly because there's so many of us chatting about this. Don't think that we're completely ignoring you. People will occasionally look across and will yell out somebody who's spoken. But for now,
do you want me to do it quick?
Sorry?
I can do it quick if you want.
Yeah, you can do a quick one if you want.
Okay. Hello, Amiga Nuts, Beach 8, GeoSam, gonna go for it.
Fake voice.
Jasser, Jen's Little Corner, Julie, Junk Shop, Master Zenith, Nerdy, Richard, Rory, Seraphim
Richard?
Vagrant Sam, Zapostate. That's it. That's my list.
Wait for you to go faster.
And Junkshot, I'm allowed to talk bad about myself. I am aware that I screw things up, and that happens, and it's part of the fun of doing these things. You know, you get on a live show, you get to see our mistakes, which is kind of cool. As long as you don't look stupid in the middle of them, like I did.
You managed to have a working show within 3 minutes of the start time.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like our fun last night. Anyway, I've sidetracked us. Let's get back to the video.
I think you missed somebody in the chat, Dave.
Who?
Well, apparently Han Thunder Nipples Sanitizer.
No, I definitely said that.
Kevin H.
Oh, you did?
I didn't say Kevin. I didn't see Kevin.
Richard's beard.
I didn't see Richard's beard.
Yeah, they just came on.
Yeah.
I don't know about Kevin. I didn't see. Wait, let me look. We might have missed Kevin. He might have.
Everybody forgets about Kevin. It's awful.
Wait,
Kevin's lovely.
I don't see him in the earlier chat though. Oh, there he is. Way early.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on with the video.
The size and shape of the continents. Nothing to do with continental drift or the stupid Pangea theory. This is NASA's opinion of what would happen if you could lower the oceans.
Just like to say, this is not NASA's opinion of continental drift or any of that shit. This is just NASA's animation of what would happen if you lowered the oceans.
What does he think moved? Does he not believe in continental drift at all?
No, he doesn't.
Or Pangea.
Well, he can't really, because he would have had to have had the continents all drift from there in 6,000 years.
Yeah.
They're either traveling miles an hour.
This is his problem. But in denying the age of the universe, especially the age of the Earth, he has to deny all other science to fit in his worldview.
Yeah.
So he does. He denies it all.
But he's a scientist, don't you know that?
He's a con man.
He's a con man.
Why does he wear a lab coat? He's not. That's not.
Dr. Dino.
Because he has bought a doctorate.
He got his doctorate at a trailer university out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but there are still, there are only certain, I wouldn't wear a lab coat.
You basically need to work in a lab to wear a lab coat, and not all PhDs work in a lab.
Con man. The man is a con man. I mean, what do you expect? He's going to do everything to.
Does he think it makes him look more smart?
Yeah. That's exactly the image.
Another part of it is him mocking what he's talking about.
Just to say, more smart isn't good grammar. It's actually, do you think it makes him smarter or look smarter? More smart.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It makes the most sense if we look at the lab coat and say that's a costume. Then it's like
mocking science.
Can you kick Math Pig, please, for a minute?
No,
just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
I am not fucking around with that.
No, please don't.
Zapal states, didn't he recently wear a stethoscope too? I think he should wear one of those headband things with the reflector on it. You know what I'm talking about? He should wear one of those reflector thingies. They're like the old-timey doctor things.
My bad. That was totally my fault. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Shut up. It's a pain in the ass me having to swap between things.
Oh, come on.
Damn you, man.
Shouldn't have kicked me. You shouldn't have kicked me then.
I didn't kick you. That's fine. You do it again, I'll leave you there. Sorry about that. Alright, shall we continue, or was there anything else?
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay.
Please.
Let me back up a little bit and hit pause. It's a little technical because this is playing backwards on our screen here. Okay. Let me pause it and let me notice something here. Where's the mouse?
Right there.
Well, okay. Let me back it up again. My mouse is backwards. Steve, this is... Okay. Right there. Okay.
I think the rest of him's backwards too, but...
There's a lot of shit backwards about this. It ain't his mouse.
Yeah. I'm guessing because I'm guessing they were projecting it, so they had the screen flipped before they projected it, so it'd be the right way around, and he just couldn't figure out how to use that with his laptop.
No. Sam is here. Sam is here. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Sammy.
And Zipostate and Julia.
Hi, Zach.
We already said hello to everyone.
Did we?
Yeah, Sam just got here, and fuck you. I love Sam.
And didn't Santi just get here as well? I don't know. I've lost track. Oh, hi, Kevin. All right. Is there anything else? Because I stopped that for me. All right. I'll keep going.
Now, if you lowered the oceans, what is that? 2,500 meters?
Does he not know how much
just
2,500 meters
feet,
is?
100
I don't
meters
think he
of
knows what a
water
meter
out of the
is.
ocean,
Exactly what I was going to
it
say.
would connect everything.
Well, I mean, come on. How many Americans do know what a meter is?
We don't.
Nothing from the Americans?
Well, a meter is kind of like a yard, only different.
Yeah, it's at least exactly the same distance. Yeah.
I'd play.
Right,
I mean, they call them meters, but I've never seen them meet.
Number 1 for Kate.
You could walk anywhere in the world. And the question about the kangaroos is pretty simple.
Easy.
I believe at the end of Noah's flood, the oceans were smaller because the ice caps were huge. I think everybody agrees there were huge ice caps on this planet at one time. There's evidence of glaciers moving across Nebraska.
What?
So he
but the time scales on that is
hundreds
of thousands of years ago.
So he thinks there was an ice age that managed to freeze all the water on the planet in the year of Noah's flood.
Everything only happened from the United States. That's another thing you gotta notice. My man doesn't consider the rest of the world. He only considers the United States.
I have to wonder, like, how hot would all that ice get to melt that quickly?
Yeah. But I mean, considering in the last 650,000 years, there have been 3, I think, glacial periods. That's impossible, and also, it's not the whole fucking world that freezes in that time. So I don't.
Well, I mean, it's really worse than that because he's gone from a flood that covered the entire Earth with 40 feet worth of. Well, up to the height of Mount Everest, because it covered the whole Earth. So it had to go to the top of Mount Everest. So what's that? 11,000? Is it 11,000 feet? Yeah, about that, right? Of water, and right from the end of the flood, by the time Noah lets all the animals out, all that extra water has to also be frozen, as well as the water that we have now.
And we're talking about
instantly, so he can let the animals out.
In terms of like what the ocean water is and what makes up what's the glaciers and stuff, that's not ocean water, that's
fresh water.
Snow that has fallen and stayed frozen because it didn't have a chance to do so, or didn't have a chance to melt.
Yeah,
I had a dream where you said exactly that last night.
What?
I had a dream where you said exactly that last night.
That's fucking weird, dude. Wow.
So, like, after everything went away, all the water and the animals got off the ark, what they eat? Like seaweed? Was that all they had available? Was seaweed?
Dead fish.
Or all the fish that didn't manage to go back with the rest of the water and are flopping around on land? Did they eat seafood all that time? What did they eat?
Wouldn't all
each other. It's just ridiculous. The amount of mental gymnastics that he does is just. That's why I asked him to tweet. Like, does he get paid? Like, how much does he make?
He makes a fortune.
He makes a fortune.
He's getting people to volunteer to build his park.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. The man's a tosser.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we continue?
Yes.
Scratching the rock, glacial grooves, Kansas City, Missouri. So there was certainly an ice age, and the ice came all the way down to the middle of the United States. If the ice caps are larger, now this might be a little complicated.
All right. Last time all the water on Earth froze, we had a snowball Earth. The entire Earth was covered in ice. It didn't come all the way down to the United States, you dickwad. Thank you, Rory. I said way wrong on Mount Everest, 29,000 feet. So 29,000 feet of extra water would have to been on the planet.
Well, it's because you don't know feet. That's why.
Yeah.
It's not our kink. Clearly, Jen loves her. Yeah, I'm not going to be the first person.
Love your mouth, Dick.
I got a half-formed joke about Kent Hovind in my head, but I can't make it work.
Was he in a Tarantino movie by any chance?
No.
What Tarantino movie was Kent Hovind in?
No, it's because Tarantino
has a foot fetish.
Foot fetish, big time. How do you not know that?
That's that why he likes cutting people's limbs off in.
No, if you watch all the pretty women, he's always got close-ups in every single movie. You always see close-ups of their feet at least a couple times.
No,
even when they're dirty.
Did you notice that? Says a
there's
little bit
even like,
about
what is
you.
it, From Dusk Till Dawn, where he fucks on a
back that
woman's
up.
toes or something? Like,
yes.
Peter just said that Hovind claims that Everest wasn't there during the flood. So not only was there this instant snap freezing of all the water, which would have killed everybody if you got that cold, and then an instant unfreezing of it all to fill that back up the oceans, there was an instantaneous, well, over a couple of thousand years, I guess, creation of Mount Everest. Wow, lives on a magic planet.
Are you sure that the glacier didn't work like a bulldozer and push some of the Asian rock up and create the mountains that way?
This is my question, okay? Do they come up with this bullshit together? Do they, like, all the crazy creationists, like, have some kind of yearly retreat, or they're like, let's figure out our science, and then they all stick with it? Or do they all have different theories for everything?
Well, firstly, most of them think he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty fucked. When when creationists think you're fucking stupid, you got an issue. So,
right. But mostly what they do.
Ken Hovind doesn't have an issue. He has a whole subscription.
Yes. Mostly what they seem to do is they work out solutions to very small problems. So, for example, him trying to use the lack of the water, they remove all the water and they'll create land bridges. Well, that's a solution to how things could have crossed, but they don't then apply that to anything else.
Yeah, because they can't see a big picture at all.
No, well, they can't. They can, but as soon as you start to see a big picture,
it all falls apart.
It all falls apart.
So they don't. They talk about the little things and they don't go into the big things. If you ever see Kent have a debate, he ignores all the links and he tries to gish gallop through all these minor points. So he's an asshole. He's a fucking asshole. There you go. I've said it.
I don't think asshole quite describes it.
Yeah,
they just don't. So
yeah, definitely, he's a K-U-N-T.
I've already said it, so
yeah, I know you did.
Well, no, I've seen Trekkies bend their canon into fewer pretzels than this guy trying to justify the Bible. Yeah. You know, I mean,
I'm trying to turn.
Yeah, Doctor Who has less Deus Ex mechas than Kent Hovind's theories. Okay, we'll keep playing.
Okay, go ahead.
For some of you atheists. If the ice caps are larger, that automatically makes the oceans lower. Ask your mama to explain it, okay? So as the ice caps melt, it's going to add water to the oceans, making the oceans deeper.
Sorry?
Sal asked you to rewind it real quick, please.
Rewind it. Where to, Sal?
Right before he says atheist, like 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes.
No, it was like 15 seconds since he said it. Go back like 30 seconds.
This might be a little complicated for some of you atheists. If the ice...
I talked over it, sorry.
Right there.
All right, you ready?
Let me see. Go.
An ice age, and the ice came all the way down to the middle of the United States. If the ice caps are larger, now this might be a little complicated for some of you atheists. If the ice caps are larger, that automatically makes the oceans lower.
No.
You're a dipshit.
So here's the thing: the ice caps don't sit on the ocean. They're on, they're mostly on land up there. Besides the fact that, that stuff is a lot of it. I mean, some of it will drain out in the ocean. A lot of water that's on land drains out in the ocean anyway. But it's not going to like go throughout the whole Earth. Most of it will stay in the area that it's in if it melts. Because because at the degree it's going to melt, unless it we get completely irradiated and it's melted like that, it's mostly going to stay within that area because you're talking about having fresh water and salt water mixing. It's not going to immediately just pour over the earth and make the oceans rise like that. That doesn't make sense.
Well, also water expands as it freezes, so the size of the ice caps is not immediately proportional to how much water is left.
Yeah.
Well, water expands when it becomes ice, so
right.
Yeah.
So the amount of sea level rise you get from melting the ice is going to be.
It's like an ice
as
cube
much
in
as
a
there
glass of
actually is.
water.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Now I've got a question for you there, Amanda. Because you're a climate scientist, when the ice caps eventually all melt, how much does that actually raise the sea level?
70 meters, but they probably won't because
No,
I mean,
I realize they won't all melt, but
yeah.
But so it's only 70 meters, and
yeah,
so
70 meters.
I mean, I might not be happy
his
on the coast,
calculations
but
seem
still.
really wrong.
Then shut the fuck up for a second, Kate.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's totally hers. She does this all the time. Go ahead, Kate, please.
Oh, no, all I said is I probably won't be too happy about it here on the coast, but it really won't affect all that much, will it?
Looking at 200 feet.
It'll end up if we, so 20 meters
21.
ends up, 20 meters high ends up displacing about 20% of the Earth, like, because 50% of the people on Earth live on the coast. 20 meters will end up pushing us back, 20% of the population of the Earth. 70 meters, I think it's closer. You end up getting closer to that entire coastline, closer to 50%. So, but it still doesn't fucking kill everybody. And plus, it gives us time. It's not like it's going to rush up on land and fucking tsunami us all. We're talking about, a small rise like it's doing now. So we would be able to move ourselves before we are underwater.
Yeah.
Don't tell Florida, okay?
Don't tell Florida. Right.
No, I got family there. I got to tell them.
Okay. Well, I'll give you that. But the rest of them. Yes, Dave? Dave?
Hold on. That's a great. That was good. He does look like a plug. Do it.
Smack a Hovind. Whack a Hovind.
Whack a Hovind. Whack a Hovind. Whack a Hovind.
Actually, I think he's more of a lemming.
Oh, yeah, he'd throw himself off the
remember when you
cliff.
got that.
And I love that. That is awesome. All right, shall we play again?
Yeah, we're good.
Ask your mama to explain it, okay? So as the ice caps melt, it's going to add water to the ocean.
Mama Atheist, can you explain it for us?
I think I just did, and I told you he was wrong, so.
Yeah, I know. I just had to say
I know, because that pissed me off, though, because it's so degrading for him to say that. Like, you're an atheist, you're so stupid, ask your mom to
especially when it comes from him, because he is dumb as all shit.
Well, in this picture, like this still frame right here, he looks like a senior citizen who just soiled his Depends.
Thanks for saying that while I was drinking, Kate. That was awesome.
I don't think he just has. I think he's in the middle of it.
Just so you guys know, if you want to grab this out of that video footage, that's at 2 minutes 20.
Hey, Jen. Never mind. Hold on. I'll type it. Never mind. Just check the private chat.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't see the private chat. Sorry.
Oh, damn it.
But you throw it to Amanda. She can always let me know.
So. I'm not getting on Twitter or on here because neither of them's coming up.
No,
I haven't done it yet. Which one should I do it at?
Do it on here.
All right.
Shall I play or am I waiting?
Yeah, go ahead and play.
Yeah,
Sure, spin on.
It's making the oceans deeper. Well, if the oceans get deeper, the continents get smaller. So if, for the first 100 years or so after Noah's flood, the ice caps were larger and the oceans were smaller, you could walk anywhere in the world. Take a look at the brown area here between Vietnam and Australia. The water between Vietnam and Australia is generally about 30 or 40 feet deep,
I like the fact he asked people to have a look, but you actually can't see Australia on his map.
I'm sorry, but it's much more realistic. It's ridiculous. It's much more likely. I'm trying to justify ridiculous things, but it's much more likely that you would get a fucking glacier there that you could walk over than it is that the sea level would drop that much.
Well,
he would be
even
better
if it
off
did, I
asking
have
for
to
more
ask.
freezing.
Plus,
I have to ask, where did Noah's Ark make landfall? Like when everything went away and there's continents again, where did it dock? Because he's saying like you could walk from Australia to New Zealand or whatever, and that's how the kangaroos got there. But like, who says that that's where the was Noah's Ark making pit stops along the Earth to drop people off? What's going on here?
No, he says they're walking. They walk.
They walk.
But how long would it take to walk? I mean, if they reckon it came to a stop on Mount Ararat, right?
Right. That's Turkey.
So Turkey.
Oh wait, that's where Noah's Ark.
That's
made
what they
landfall?
reckon. That's where they think it did. That's where he thinks it did because he thinks
that was info I didn't have.
Yeah.
But is that not the place where the stone structure is? That
and
was the hope?
Hovind thinks that's what it is. So that's where he thinks the ark stopped. He thinks they walked from there. Now, if the animals all walked from there, so kangaroos hopped from there to Australia.
No, I already told you in a previous video how. I already told you in a previous video how the kangaroos did it. The kangaroos were 400 foot tall. It wasn't that many hops.
So how did they fit on the ark? Hey, Jen, check your Twitter really quick. My question is, where are they getting water from? Because it's not like they're, once these oceans drains. Yeah, but even the salt water's gone even, but it's not like there's going to be fresh water in there.
That's not happening.
And
it will drain out really quick.
Yeah, easy.
Without the oceans, you have no storm systems and stuff, so it's not going to fucking rain or anything.
Right.
So
I mean, unless they collected the water that was raining for 40 days and 40 nights, then they would have sank the boat.
We're about to see some juggling.
Yeah.
But look how sad he is. He's really sad. He's really sad.
Yeah, I agree with Kate, though. The dog is too cute. The lemming makes more sense.
Right. I like pugs.
All the things I had on the shelf are too cute. To grab one.
Thank you, Jen.
No problem.
It wasn't a biggie. I just saw it. And
I didn't even realize I'd done it.
Yeah, me either. Don't even stress it. It wasn't even a big deal. It was just something. Continue.
I don't mind. If I make a mistake in writing somebody's name or something, tell me.
Yeah.
If I can fix it, I'll fix it. So
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I do have to wonder. Like, clearly he calls himself Kent Hovind, yet for some reason Hovind comes out of your head. What's up with that?
Wind. Just make fun of his dumbass name.
Hovind.
I prefer Cunt Hoves. That's the one I like. Cunt Hoves.
Cunt Hoves.
Yeah, rolls nicely.
That's nice. I like that, though. Go ahead, you can press play.
Rory Herbert. An elephant disembarked from Noah's Ark, turned around to his partner and said, "That was a disappointing cruise. It rained every day."
Yeah.
Alright, I'll keep going.
From here to Steve.
Wait.
That's it. Lowering the oceans average 12,000 feet deep. So lowering the oceans 50 feet, 100 feet is all you would need to connect most of the continents, and the animals could walk anywhere on the planet. Today, if you had a long pair of stilts, 40 or 50 feet long, you could walk over to Australia right now.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. You could walk on 40-foot stilts to Australia from Indonesia. Fuck off.
I'm gonna try that.
I'd rather try it with a dune buggy.
Like
big inflatable tires.
What the fuck is that?
So the Ark didn't have
End of the World movie.
Some
Battlefield. No, never mind. Forget it. I'm thinking of the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're going through the desert or the wasteland, but it's based on a movie. Never fucking mind. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
That could be anything. There are so many movies that fit that description.
Yeah,
but that's Australian normally.
Okay. Anyway.
We'll keep going. Sorry, I might not be in the right spot because I accidentally clicked the wrong button.
Was flood. The ice caps were larger, and the oceans were smaller. You could walk anywhere in the world. Take a look at the brown area here between Vietnam and Australia.
I don't want to take a look at his brown area at all.
Yeah, I think it's between his ears.
Yeah.
I think it's next to his brain.
That's what I
He
said.
doesn't have one of those. That's the
In
point.
his ass.
Ass about face, right?
The water between Vietnam and Australia is generally about 30 or 40 feet deep, from here to Steve. That's it. Lowering the oceans average 12,000 feet deep.
Did he say from here? Did he say from here to Steve?
Yeah, he's talking about somebody in the room with him is 30 or 40 feet away.
Somebody in the room that none of us can see.
Yeah.
And Jen, check your Twitter again.
Okay. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
Isn't the Mariana Trench over there?
I will put that up later.
Okay. Thank Jassa for that.
Thank you, Jassa.
Every time you pause it, it's just fucked up.
Sorry.
You look really stoned. I mean, like really, really stoned.
Yeah, like couch lock stoned.
I don't care if we make him look silly because he makes himself look silly. All right, I will press play again.
So lowering the oceans 50 feet, 100 feet is all you would need to connect most of the continents, and the animals could walk anywhere on the planet.
Stop.
Today, if you had a long pair of stilts.
Hey, I've done it.
You've done it?
With a lady.
I just wanted to see her face.
Okay, can I?
Oh, that's a smug, arrogant look on his face at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this
It looks
issue
like he's
here.
about to spit into a spittoon, one of those.
So he just has this idea that the animals can just go wherever the fuck they want because we have these things called ecosystems and they're incredibly fucking delicate. And everything is connected with food webs and with, temperature fluctuations and all this shit. Animals do not move out. Animals or flora or fauna do not move.
Can you not see in the picture all the grass in all the thousands of miles of grass between the continents?
Well, all these
Apparently
animals
didn't die after being under salt water for 40 days and 40 nights.
Well, and all of these animals just spent more than a month cooped up with each other. You've got all these predators full of energy and ready to eat something, and they're all just dispersing out from the ark. You'd think there'd be nothing but predators left after that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, even on a logical level, to go back to it, how fucking long, if you could take either 2 of each kind or 6 or whatever the fuck it is, depends on which book you read, of each kind to build up, fine, we get more of them, but to build the ecosystems back up to make the earth what it is now, it would be a fuck ton more time than 6,000 years.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone the fact that it just wouldn't work.
Yeah,
so
biodiversity is not great enough with 2 of each kind. Sorry, they're all dead. We're all dead.
How long? Wait a minute. How long can trees survive without breathing?
Oh, not 40 days. No.
No, all the plant life is dead. It's salt water. It's not even fresh water. It's salt water.
So nothing. There would. Kate's right. There would only be meat-eating predators alive.
Yeah, and not for long.
No. There would be one meat-eating predator alive.
There's the whole issue too of the Ark is a huge, enormous wooden, well-sealed boat apparently with only one window. How long with all that shit coming out of all those animals for it to fill up with fucking methane and everyone to die? And that it's been raining. It's cloudy. It's going to get cold. You cannot light a fire in there because there's so much extra methane.
Oh, yeah,
I thought there were torches.
Oh, they can't.
I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, no, it's all just shit. Literally shit.
Well, I mean, maybe we just have one torch burning the whole time so that incrementally the methane gets burned off instead of just all at once.
Okay, but then you've just raised your
Full of
carbon
CO2
dioxide levels to enough to kill people anyway.
Well,
Every
I'm
animal
not
at the bottom.
saying it makes sense.
No.
None of this makes
At the bottom,
sense.
they must have taken.
Bone.
They must have taken
Oh,
many
my
more
God.
animals. Each
Seraphim
floor
Hyde
would die
says-
systematically.
Sorry.
I mean, if I can retcon the Bible, so can he. It's not like it's going to make sense. It's not like it's going to be accurate, but I can come up with bullshit, probably better bullshit than he can to explain the ark.
I want to read out the two things in the thing. Julie Levi said, two of the clean animals and 7 of the unclean. In my personal experience, most animals are unclean, so...
Most humans
Well,
are
most
unclean.
animals seem to
Fuck.
lick their own asses. I'll call that unclean.
Yeah.
And Seraphim Hyde said, my church claimed that the animals did not poo.
Did they not? See, this is what I don't understand. If you're using magic...
Why didn't God
To
just
explain
magic it all in the first place?
That's
Yes.
true though. That's the answer. It's always, well, God figured it out. It's magic.
So why did he
God
need a
sucks the
fucking
methane
boat?
out magically.
Why did he need
God,
Well, I mean,
what
clearly the boat uses some sort of Time Lord physics anyway to fit all those animals on it. I mean,
Is
the
it
ark
very
was a
TARDIS
TARDIS.
like?
Does anyone
It
think
is,
the ark
it is
was
the
not a
TARDIS.
There is
TARDIS?
one fucking guy. There is a guy 6 or so thousand years ago, right? Who it was fucking raining heavy. His lake flooded. He got his cows and his goats onto a fucking raft and kept them alive.
Yeah.
And landed them. Well, that's what happened.
And then the story grew with each telling, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No gods required, which is typically what happens with all of this Christian bullshit. So, sorry to any Christians in the chat who,
Do you think
who
that,
don't
like-
think this is a real story.
Do you think Noah had to take the ark apart to build his next house with all the trees gone?
Why didn't he just live in the ark?
Well,
Yeah,
because
you-
there's no water left, it'll tilt over.
Yeah, but wait for it to tilt over.
Imagine the spring cleaning after that.
Ugh.
Although I forgot
Give
they
it a-
don't shit.
You say, I'll give it a few months and the dung beetles will move it all out.
How the hell did Noah actually get enough trees in and around the area he was to actually build the fucking thing in the first place?
I've seen a film about this. Magic forest was sprung up.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Of course.
can you tell us about it, Dave?
No, because I can't remember. But there was definitely a magic forest that sprung up when Noah put a river down or something, and all around.
And yet
Why,
Christians
why,
will say
why
they
couldn't
don't
there
believe
just be a
in
magic boat? I mean,
Exactly.
it's like, here's your magic forest. Now do weapons grade carpentry. I mean, no, just poof me a boat, God.
Yeah, why didn't God just fucking do that if he did all this shit?
Because
Why
iron
the
is
fuck did he
poisonous.
make him? How long did it take him to build that fucking ark? It was a long time, wasn't it?
Probably.
120 years.
Oh, yeah, wasn't he like 800 or 600 years old by that point too?
Yeah, he was something. It was like 700 or 800 years old. So
Ugh.
He was an old fuck. A bit like Ken
I mean,
Hovind.
talk about weapons grade arthritis, you know?
problem is,
You're asking this very senior citizen to build a pleasure cruiser for your animals? I don't think so. Then again, he had a family. Maybe he just directed the operations and had them build it.
well, no, they
He was
said that
management, not
he did
labor.
have his sons-in-law help, but he was still the main builder. And I don't know.
Maybe
Well,
they
like I said,
enslaved,
maybe he was management and not labor.
maybe
Yeah.
they enslaved another tribe that had another book that we lost.
Rory Herbert goes,
Very
the
well
major problem
possible.
with the ark is that Noah hoarded all the toilet paper.
Nice.
And damn it, all my SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
I can't get SpaghettiOs during the plague. I'm sorry, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling
Sorry.
to get beans.
Sam, it was a metric fuck ton, I promise you. So, anyway, go ahead.
I'll press play.
It's 40 or 50 feet long. You could walk over to Australia right now. So after the flood, the animals moved out away from their away from the ark, whichever direction they chose to go, and the kangaroos happened to go southeast, I believe. And they ended up in
I have a
Australia
question. I have a
at
question.
the same
Pause
time.
it.
Where's the kangaroo poo?
That wasn't the question. Okay. So what? They like just a couple or a half a dozen of every species on Earth like had a almost an Order 66 switch flip in their brain and know exactly that they needed to go and find this fucking ark. Is that it?
No.
How did they get
them
there?
in a circle. They put all the animals in a circle, and then they put the lions in the middle, and they just all fucked off.
No, I'm asking when it was time for them to go find the ark. Like, how did that happen? How did they know they needed to get onto this ark?
God made them to Noah.
God, didn't you know?
I mean, the really weird thing is things like marsupials. How did all the marsupials
go to Australia?
No, to go to Australia.
Oh, not all
literally
of them.
what Sam just said, by the way.
One of them went to South America. One of them got lost in the pack. And
one of them got lost.
Yeah. One of them swam too far.
Yeah. And that's the interesting thing. Like, okay, he's explaining how it happened afterwards, but did this fucking freezing of all the water happen beforehand so all the animals could get to the fucking ark?
Mm.
How did they get there? Like you said, Amanda, how did they get there in the first place?
How did they even know they needed to?
Obviously, like back in those days, all marsupials were of the same kind. So there were only kangaroos, and eventually they evolved. Wait, no, they couldn't have evolved into wombats.
Yeah.
They turned into wombats. That's the term.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they actually have to believe in this super accelerated evolution to make their thing work, and that the evolution's not real.
No.
The man's crazy.
Mental gymnastics.
Yes, and Sal is right. It's just mental gymnastics, and it's a lot. He's doing so much more work to figure out a lie to fit his fucking agenda than to actually learn the real shit. And that's what just baffles me.
Here's the problem.
I think part of the
he
problem
knows the real shit.
Well, part of the problem is that the real shit is kind of boring, actually. That like, you know, there's so many technical details. There's math involved.
But to me,
and I mean,
I love that.
wants his more fairy tale-esque magical story because it makes sense to his infant brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. He needs some colors and some squeaky toys.
So.
Richard's got the real explanation in chat.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to read it out, Dave?
I'm not sure I can sound that insane. All the story means we are the flood. Samples of animals are taken from this planet. The Ark is landing on a new Earth. Angels both collect and distribute the animals on an Earth.
Easy.
Math Pig, what do you say?
I'll go with that.
What do you
In all
shout?
honesty,
Alien overlords! Alien overlords! Alien overlords!
But in all honesty, Richard, as much as I disagree with you, that makes way more sense than anything.
Way more sense.
Isn't that shocking when something like that can make more sense than anything that comes out of Ken Hovind's mouth? So,
No.
All praise the mighty aliens who saved us all.
How are we still on the first fucking bit? We are.
I know, we need to
Don't
hurry.
worry about it. On the rock.
Time the ice caps are melting back, and so the oceans are getting deeper, which is starting to separate. What used to be land bridges are now underwater, and now there are islands and continents like Australia that used to be part of
Spring
Asia.
was here so bad.
All right, that's the end of the first one.
You think you'll see this?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I mean, Hovind, I thought you meant Ring.
Name being mentioned.
Hmm.
You will wait. In a couple of weeks, Jen will be on there with her name on a SpongeBob being twatted with a hammer.
No,
This is exactly why I had her do it on her channel and not mine.
He'll do all of us, so that's fine. I don't care. If you're watching this, Ken, at any point, you are an absolute dick.
Yeah, you're a cunt.
And if you want to whack us and whack an atheist, go for it. We don't give a shit.
Oh,
You don't
please
deserve
come
it.
after me. I would love it if you came after me, Kenty Poo.
Yeah, go after,
Mommy,
go
bro.
after Kate. She's been dying for the opportunity.
Kent, you don't have a dick. You're a cunt.
Exactly.
All right.
Actually, I think he's an asshole. You know that music video that went around a bunch of years ago? You're an asshole, aren't you, Kent? That one.
The one
no, it's a
Logic uses for his
fucktard. Why do I keep thinking it's asshole? It's you're a fucktard, Kent. I don't know why I keep mixing that up.
Aren't you, Ken?
Anyway.
All right, go on.
Go on. Yep.
Well, are we done, or because I know there's more.
Philosophy of evolution is.
I know. We're done with the first part.
Yeah, we're done with the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Evil. It's not just dumb. It's.
Wait, hold on. Pause it real quick. I have to step away, but I have gopher wood for sale, so I can prove that.
He is gopher wood. He's that good for gopher wood for ages. Nobody wants to buy it.
Nobody, man. I got
okay. What the hell's gopher wood?
I'll even paint on it for you. I'll do a beautiful painting. Quality.
You don't know what gopher wood is?
Gopher wood.
It's wood that gopher chews off a tree, I assume.
Yeah,
gopher wood is the magic wood that Noah used.
Ah.
Oh, see, I was picturing something else entirely.
Oh wow, he's going to paint on one of the. I wouldn't have thought it'd be that one of those would be big enough to paint on. A gopher's particularly well endowed.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, how big is it, Sal?
Gophers used to be a lot bigger in the past.
Totally wrong.
All right,
It does stretch. That's the weird thing about it.
Requires taxidermist.
That's the magical wood. That's what it is.
All
right. Wait, let's go on.
Let's play.
The philosophy of evolution is evil. It's not just dumb, it's dangerous.
Wouldn't you say, Dr. Hovind, wouldn't you agree that the real core of why these false ideas of uniformitarianism and evolutionism even exist is that they're inspired by Satan? They're lies from the devil, and he's using them.
No.
That's Nephi.
No.
Who's worse? Is it Nephi or Hovind?
Jen?
They're as bad as each other.
I suppose it depends on the factors you're weighing.
Yeah.
Right?
Because Nephilim
we're not allowed to call the other one a cup.
Pill, whereas Ken Hovind is quite funny. But if you're talking about the information they're conveying, then it's a toss-up.
Yeah. That's true. Okay.
Ken Hovind.
But I mean, I have to ask though, if
it's not a good thing.
if evolution is inspired by Satan, I have to ask, to what end? Like, what's the goal of fooling us into thinking that evolution happened?
Because people that believe in evolution lose their faith in God very often.
That's it?
Yeah. It's to take you away from belief in God.
But there's theists out there who think that God made evolution happen. They
don't believe they exist. They're not
They're not. Creationists have to stick exactly to Genesis. And I've explained this before. When it comes to creationists, they're more about the book of Genesis than they are even about Jesus. That's more important to them. And Jen, I have Kent's office number, if you want to call it. Apparently, Scientist Mel has done it a couple times. Do you want me to send it to you?
No, I'm not calling him.
We can call him now. We can call him now.
Yes. Dave, what about you? You want to call him? Like, if I send you the number?
Oh.
See,
no, I just have to abuse at him.
All right.
You're stealing my plan. You're stealing my plan. Where do you think I picked up the number from? I was like, I'm totally going to give this number to Dave and get Dave to phone Kent Hovind. That would be gold.
Oh.
Go on, Dave. Go on.
Come on, Dave.
All right, we'll play.
Them to trick the world. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, if you look at the Garden of Eden in Genesis chapter 3, there are three things to see of was Satan interacting with Eve. The first words out of the devil's mouth, recorded for us, Satan came to Eve and said, "Yea, hath God said..." Whoa. He's questioning God's word.
Wait.
He always does. He starts off.
Satan. It says nowhere that was Satan.
No, it's just.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Because it's very interesting that God cursed the Satan to crawl on its the serpent to crawl on its belly forever. Well, we see Satan moving around later in the thing without crawling on the belly. So it's either Satan is more powerful than God and just goes, oh, fuck that, I'm not going to be cursed. Or it's not Satan.
Well, wouldn't this imply also that the snake during the Garden of Eden scene had legs and they were taken away to force it to slither forever?
In which case it was a lizard?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But that would imply
Nothing was the
evolution, even evolution done by God. So clearly the snake... Oh, I got it. He was in the tree. And God said, no, you're not allowed on the furniture anymore. You're on the ground, bitch, is what happened.
But we still get snakes in trees.
Mm-hmm.
So they're defying God, and God does fuck all about it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty shitty, useless God, isn't it?
My thing was always like, if he could see everything, didn't he see them doing that? Like, okay, maybe he knew about it.
You think that's a problem? Why the fuck did he put the tree there?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or at least put the apple on a really high branch and not let Adam and Eve invent ladders.
But let's assume that the snake was a representation of Satan. All the snake did was said, if you eat this apple, you'll know what the difference is between good and evil. You'll have knowledge. That's a good thing. Knowledge is a fucking good thing. Kent would do well to actually have some fucking knowledge.
And has no knowledge.
And clearly Adam and Eve were going around accidentally doing evil all over the place because they didn't know any better.
Exactly.
Oh no, they didn't think evil existed. Evil didn't exist before Eve.
Then how would they have knowledge of it?
They did.
Okay, so there was no evil before they ate the apple. So basically, God condensed all the evil he could think of into this piece of fruit so that the people wouldn't eat it.
Okay. I may ever so slightly have to straw man here. Because as best as I can recall, right, God created all the sin, all the evil, right? But he didn't release it until they ate the apple.
Yeah, so God's a prick.
Yeah.
Well, and also
God's
the
a
apple
prick
gives them the
regardless.
knowledge of good and evil, not just evil. And they're supposed to be in paradise, but they don't know it's good. So apparently paradise is extraordinarily dull until you eat that apple.
Yeah.
I've always wondered this. Did they eat the whole apple, or did they just take a bite? That I've never got clear.
Well,
It was a banana.
Actually, it wasn't an apple. It was a pomegranate. Just a fucking.
It was a banana.
Did they eat the whole thing?
There was no bananas back then.
I don't know. I think it would have been a lot more interesting if it was the pumpkin of good and evil.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yes.
Only then it wouldn't be a tree, it'd be a vine, so...
The celery stalk of good and evil.
No, the cucumber, very dildo-esque.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, well, that's more suspicious than a nun doing squats in a cucumber field.
All right, shall we continue?
Continue.
Of questioning. Are you sure the Bible says that? That's what all these new Bible versions are about. Questioning. What does God really say? Well, you better stick with the King James if you want to get the real word of God. Second thing he said to the woman.
I'm sorry, I can't take that seriously.
I don't understand how they justify the King James.
Yeah, because the King James was torn to shit anyway. And a lot of stuff was added extra into it as well.
Yeah,
So-
it was the whim of the English aristocracy at the time. Fuck off.
Plus,
And
was it-
apparently, the all-powerful, all-knowing God can't get the Bible right on the first go, and that's why we needed the King James.
Yeah.
Look, it's because God
wasn't
speaks
King
English
James
now.
bi too? I think.
Oh, yeah, no, he was definitely diddling with the young ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was into the twinks.
Yeah. So the King James holds true because God speaks English. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because reasons. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll continue.
He says, ye shall not surely die. So first he raised doubts, and then it's outright denial. That's what evolution is, an outright denial of God's word. God's word says God made heaven and earth. Evolution says, no, he didn't.
Okay, Dave, you're gonna bust if you don't go on. Say it. Say what you gotta say.
Got nothing to do with their fucking God. is the description of what is observed. It's why do they take it?
You don't. Okay.
Say again?
Too
you
much
okay
for
now,
you, Dave?
I'm pulsing. No, I'm done.
Alright,
I can't comprehend them saying it over and over again. It's just got nothing to do with their religion. It's a fucking model that does nothing to their religion. They just have to have something to attack.
Well, I mean, obviously Christians have that persecution complex. So if anyone disagrees with them, they have to take it personally.
Oh, they actually think they're the most persecuted minority.
Oh, I love that.
No, it's worse than that, though, isn't it? Because they believe in super fucking evolution.
Yeah.
What the?
We already
What
said
the fuck
that,
is
Dave.
super evolution?
What?
What do you mean by that, Dave? I don't know if I've ever heard that term. What do you mean by that?
Oh, creation. Most creationists seem to believe in the idea of super evolution, so that the only animals that were on the ark were 2 or 7 of each type.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, so
after
you only
they
have
came
one
off the
type.
ark, within a couple of 100 years, we have all the diversity of life we have now. Sorry.
Jen, he was fucking explaining it. Can you just let Dave finish?
What she said.
Fine, I won't stick up for you again.
No, that's good, Norman.
He paused. I took over.
I had to
He
breathe.
breathes, Jen.
Yeah, I thought you were going to explode if I didn't let you breathe for longer. Okay,
You better carry on.
Well, somebody's wrong. But the third thing Satan said, he said, Eve, if you eat off that tree, you can be like God. He offered her deity.
He did not.
No,
He offered her knowledge.
Not.
This is why Kent's a dumb fuck, because he believes that having knowledge makes him a god. So he doesn't have knowledge, he's just a stupid fuckwit.
Okay, but here's the question
of
now.
Genesis was that where the snake said, Eve will make you a god.
Yeah.
Well, you have a
look that up.
and Amanda will say her bit.
Yeah, my question is this though. Okay, so God, whatever, puts this tree in there and tells them, not to eat from it, but they don't have wisdom or knowledge. So how do they know what they're going to do is wrong if they eat from it? It doesn't make any fucking sense. How does he expect them to follow rules and know morality if they don't have that?
Yes. How do they know it's wrong?
What?
How do they know it's wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he told them not to do it, but they don't know right from wrong because they don't have that knowledge. And my pig asked me this: why the fuck did he even put that tree there in the first place? To tempt them? Is a test? Why?
Is Genesis 3:5.
Yep.
Okay.
Genesis 3:5. For God doth know that in the day we eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. I mean, it doesn't sound like you'll be turned into a god. It just says being like God means knowing stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I pissed off my grammar school teacher like in second grade when we went over that. And then I went to Catholic private school, and I pissed her off when I asked her the same question, and she just totally evaded it. And those were one of the things that I was like, yo, what are we talking about here? I never believe in this shit.
Yeah.
So this nun, did she give you a paddling?
No. My kindergarten teacher, she would spank the kids. She would beat them. She'd spank the shit out of them. Sister Mary Alice. She was a sweet little woman, but you pissed her off, she'd spank you.
Spank your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway,
Shall we
go ahead.
Whoa, and she fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And that's the same thing today. Evolution teaches we started off like an amoeba, and we're getting bigger, better, stronger, smarter, and someday we get to be God, and we are going to sail around the universe and discover new life forms like Star Trek.
On what planet does evolution say that?
Yeah, I know. It's just nuts.
In the third type of evolution.
I mean, honestly, he sounds like a Star Trek writer. When they, some crew member gets randomly changed into a weird mutant thing, and they're like, it's another stage of evolution.
It
Like
almost
there's
sounds
somehow
like
level,
Mormonism.
like humans level up until eventually we're gods. You get enough like evolution XP, and you become a god. No, it doesn't work like that.
Isn't that Mormonism though? Where you level yourself up. Well, the dudes do anyway. The women don't. They level themselves up until they become gods of their own planets and have their own creation.
Well, but they have to die first to do it. So that's like
true.
sort of the opposite of leveling up. But
leveling down 6 foot. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
People ask me all the time, Hovind, do you think there's intelligent life on other planets? I say, man, I taught high school 15 years. There's not much intelligent life on this planet.
Oh, come on.
Could you avoid the question worse?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a dreadful,
teenagers are stupid.
It's a dreadful joke, isn't it? I had to leave it there just to show that he dragged a joke out of the 60s just to...
My fucking 16-year-old could run mental circles around this motherfucker, and he's a dumbass. So
what bothers me right now is that Jen has intentionally put this together as things that will annoy us.
It's not hard. Almost everything that comes out of his mouth is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but it's easier to take it personally, some of this stuff.
Yeah. Shall we hit the next one?
Oh, wait a minute. We got this Richard Madsen here asking me, how does it work then? Like I assume you mean evolution and all of that. But, I mean, I think the question misunderstands my objection. So...
and the question's malformed anyway, because there's no aim in evolution. There is no target. Evolution doesn't have a goal. Evolution just is. You know,
well, and that's a mistake I hear people making a lot, where they look at a creature that has wings and can fly and go, "Ooh, that's really neat. That's totally sexy," and therefore that's a higher stage of evolution. But I know there's insects that, because of selection pressures, don't use their wings anymore. Maybe not even have them. I don't remember exactly. Just because it was less advantageous to have them, or they just were superfluous. So it's not like adding a feature or losing a feature is better or worse for the creature necessarely.
There's no such thing as more or less evolved.
So yeah, exactly. So I mean, this idea that like evolution is eventually going to make us gods misunderstands the entire thing.
I object to my point. We're talking about Kent. There is something as less and less evolved.
Well, yeah. You're talking about Shatner, right? No, Steve McRae. You're talking about Steve McRae.
Are you saying could we actually read what he wrote? I think we did read what Kate did read what you wrote, Richard.
Yeah. I didn't read all of it. I read the how does it work then? What's the eventuality of changing environments and natural selection part I left off, but still. I mean, I'm pretty sure the question was addressed.
Yeah, okay, the theory of evolution is about the changes in environments and natural selection to
ultimately you have
in life
to take it. Evolution is random.
Yeah, it's random.
Natural selection is not.
I always object to the idea of it being random. It's unguided, yes.
No, that's natural selection. Evolution itself is random.
I disagree.
Well, the mutations
are random.
The mutations are random.
Wait. Hold on. Define for me specifically what you mean by random in this context.
As in, there is that whether or not a mutation occurs,
yes,
is not in any way predetermined. It is random.
Well, yeah.
See, I mean, okay, myself, I'm a bit of a determinist.
That's the worst thing.
Okay, I will say that mutations are unguided, that they are not consciously done. Yeah. But I think that the just the laws of physics and everything comes together in such a way that it would have happened anyway.
I think,
but it's not like it.
Would you agree chaos theory applies?
Again, I have to ask you to be more specific.
In the context, in the context that from the starting premises, you cannot predict the position of something in the future. It's demonstrated with the double pendulum or weather system.
To be honest, I think that you can predict it if you know every factor.
Yes, you can.
Except that the quantum level can introduce a little bit of randomness, maybe not enough to really affect the outcome too terribly much, though.
I mean, we use simulations in my job. They're computer simulations to figure out where a population is going, but you can also use it to see on a basic level how a species might evolve in the short term. And yes, you can kind of predict in terms of putting in everything, but you don't know everything. Your problem is, like, take for example the moths. The simplest thing that I can think of, the moth, the white moths, that because of the coal fire plant that they lived near, everything turned black, and so they eventually had to, the black ones were the ones that survived because they were able to hide better and not be eaten. Unfortunately, you can't predict when something is going to change like that, and it's difficult. I understand where you're going with it, Kate, and I get it. I'm just saying that I'm not sure about any real sort of guide, like predictability in terms of knowing where it's going. But I do agree with both of you.
There's an analogy I like to use on my videos a lot, where basically if you were able to roll the same dice the same way onto the same surface under the same conditions, you'll always get the same result.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And it only appears random to us because we don't have the mental capacity to predetermine or to predict what's going to come up, because we can't, again, with our head meats, calculate all of the different bits of physics that will be working on the objects involved. And I think but it's actually not random. It just appears so. And that's what I think about the mutations as well, is we can't predict them because we don't know anything about whatever factors will cause the mutation.
Yeah, that's why I said
within the context of the universe working to the set of rules, like I said, I agree. I'm pretty much down on determinism.
Okay, so we might just be down to an argument about semantics then.
Yeah, no, I think.
The problem is, though, that these creationist types, when they say random, they don't mean the same thing I would mean if I said random, and it gets in the way. The non-conformity.
I think fighting them on it, because they try to dismiss random. I mean, again, you look at the amount of radiation that cause mutations.
Yeah. Now
that's the sort of random we're talking about.
Well, but I mean, go on.
So if you knew that when everything was, yes, you could predict it. But from the perspective of talking about random, we can't get much more random if we don't really have a meaning for random that's much more random than that.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure I'd necessarily say that randomness even exists except on the quantum level, and even then, it only may appear random. I don't know, but
yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's just because when they say, "Oh, it randomly evolved," and then they start throwing around tornado in a junkyard kind of stuff, monkeys typing out Shakespeare, infinite monkeys, infinite typewriters, all of that stuff, where they try to like you say, dismiss randomness by basically defining it in such a way that it can be dismissed, regardless of what's actually meant by the proponents.
The problem you've got is if you go the other way, you have to go down determinism. Which we're stuck with the same problem as being completely unprovable, and current theories don't help.
Wait, how is it unprovable?
Because it's unproven. No, not unprovable. It is unproven, and quantum mechanics makes it very difficult at the moment to say with any certainty that it's true.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
I guess
I'm firmly down in that. I think we're in agreement on what we believe reality probably is. I just think us trying to convince a creationist of it.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm not arguing with that point at all. Not even slightly.
I wouldn't believe you anyway because you just totally removed free will.
Well,
there is no free will.
I think free will is an illusion, personally.
I do too, but that's not the point.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but to me, determinism is just a false predicate. There is no determinism. Even with all the predictions that you could do, the determinism to what exactly it is that you're looking for will never, ever be exactly what you want it to be.
Ultimately, you can never have
that's a fault on our part.
Ultimately, you can never have determinism unless, of course, you can solve the uncertainty within quantum mechanics. Yeah, you're saying that I don't think that small level affects the rest, but just look at us. Most of our mutations come from the radiation that comes from the sun or from the planet around us, and that radiation is highly dependent on quantum mechanics.
Those quantum things. Sorry to say it this way. The stuff we see in the quantum world actually represents us on a much bigger scale. I mean, when you think about the way we actually interact, think, are just in general, I see the quantum world just in a bigger version. We're trying to make sense of it instead of letting it be. I mean, eventually all we're gonna keep doing is finding a parrot because that's all that keeps coming up because that's what it takes to keep things going. And that's the quantum world.
I must have misheard you. It sounded like you said that all we'll find is a parrot, and I don't think that's what
I thought.
I heard parrot as well.
Sorry, parent. All you'll find
parent. Yeah. Okay.
Parent. Yes.
Sorry. The other thing is that there's strong evidence to suggest that quantum effects actually take place within our brains. So our brains are quasi-quantum computers.
Yes.
In a sense. So even at that level, a sheer level of randomness in the way a brain can function is huge. So.
Yes. And again, it goes back to me experimenting with my pain and realizing what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of and how random it is that there is no control. No matter how much control you think you're in, there's always the inevitable that you have to face. The only determinism is the cycle that you go through, you begin and you end.
Yeah. And
you try to make sense of that by fighting off the pain and putting yourself in another world. But at the end of the day, you return to the world you live in. So it's just there's no way to determine what's going to happen, when, how exactly. It just happens. I was fine yesterday. Today I'm not.
Yeah, but you're saying we can't determine it from our macro vision of the universe. That doesn't mean that the universe isn't deterministic.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, there's too much.
It doesn't. But, we'd have to.
There's too much.
You would have to show that quantum mechanics itself is deterministic.
Right.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
I don't think we can.
No.
I don't think we can now.
No, we're too small.
I don't think we can ever.
We're too small.
Well, I think we might be. Again, we go back to whether.
I don't know if I totally agree with that, Jen, because I think I don't want to say the science evolves because that doesn't make sense, but our ability to understand the science evolves.
Well, yeah, I can't completely rule out that we could ever nut out quantum mechanics to the point where there is no uncertainty in it. But
yeah, I'm just saying.
Given the experimental,
there are a couple of ways, though.
I'm not sure that there is a way we can do it. Even with pilot wave theory, you still have
need to achieve the speed of light.
No, even the stuff that's oh god in hell, I've forgotten what it is. The universal wave theory.
Yeah.
Where we're all part of, because that again you lose the randomness.
You don't, though.
Right.
Yeah, there is still random fluctuations within the waves themselves.
That's what actually brings it to a point of undeterminism.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I think we need to get back to
yeah, let's get back on this. This is
Back to the
way
whole
too
line.
scientific for what we were aiming at.
That was fun. We'll get into that some other time.
And I apologize to Ken Hovind if you're watching this. We probably just spoiled your brain.
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Hovind.
I
What's
have
up?
my longtime friend on the phone, Bill Sardi, who's one of the trustees of our ministry. Bill is a genius on nutrition and health, and I called him earlier and said, Bill, what's the truth about this coronavirus? What do we do? What's really happening? Is this an election year stunt? You know, that kind of stuff. So, Bill, welcome to the program. Tell folks about your ministry on vitamins and nutrition, and you've been a great blessing keeping me alive.
I can't concentrate with that fucking shirt. Oh my god.
Right, now that he said coronavirus,
sorry.
Now that he said coronavirus, can I call him Cunt Hovind?
COVID, yeah, this is where we get down to cunty Hovind, not just fucking shilly fucking Christian Hovind. He's a cunt for this.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna press play. Well, we're never gonna get through.
Hey, there you go, Bill. Thank you so much for joining us here. Tell folks about this coronavirus. What should they do? What's the real truth behind it? Is this an election year scam? It's used to get more government intervention? Or go ahead.
Well, the Romans just told everybody to stay inside. Would you trust them?
No.
If the Romans told everyone to stay inside, would you trust them? He's basically he's basically hinting that the authorities are telling us to stay inside, so we shouldn't trust them.
I honestly thought he had said that the Romans told us to stay inside, like we're taking our marching orders from Italy or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, Italy's pretty fucked right now, so that would have been not great, but okay.
Oh, speaking of which, I saw an article recently that said there is no evidence to suggest that garlic staves off the coronavirus. And I was like, well, Italy's suffering pretty bad, so probably. But, you know, better safe than sorry. So, yeah. I mean, well, I'd still say garlic works on vampires. Have you ever met an Italian vampire? I rest my case.
I'll continue.
Basically, what just happened. So, it's political posturing, we call it. And what's the attitude be? Well,
I really hope he is dumb enough to have
people go out.
To have people visiting his fucking place at the moment.
He is.
Yeah.
He is that dumb.
Keep listening. It gets really bad.
Did you actually do the homework?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking nerd stuff.
Oh, this is really bad. Keep listening, guys.
Okay.
It is winter. It is where the Earth has tilted away from the sun in northern latitude, so we don't get enough sunshine, and we don't get enough vitamin D. And when it gets cold, we wrap ourselves up and we get even less sunshine. So it's vitamin D dominated. And I guess we're going to have to send a supply of vitamin D to Dinosaur Adventureland and to all you folks down there.
Yeah. So if a person gets lots of vitamin D and vitamin C, does the coronavirus not affect them, or what are you saying there?
Well, the coronavirus was running around months before, and so were the flu viruses. And we know their cycle. The coronavirus comes in November and stays around
Stop!
Continue. Rewind. Go back, and let him continue. You need to listen to this. Go back. Go.
Okay, fuck you, Sal. All right.
Listen.
Play, and then you can
Or what are you saying there?
Well, the coronavirus was running around months before, and so were the flu viruses. And we know their cycle. The coronavirus comes in November and stays around until about April. So we got.
Yep, he's just said there's a cycle of coronavirus, and we have it every year.
Go outside and get sun.
Well, technically, the common cold is a coronavirus.
Yeah, I know, but
he's about to tell everybody to go outside and get sun because that's going to cure the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Play.
I'll play.
About another month of concern. The vitamin D levels drop. So
it's gonna be gone.
Oh shit! Is this why Trump thinks that he can go out at Easter?
Probably.
Oh, there are a lot of articles I've seen saying, "Oh yeah, the summer temperatures are going to kill the coronavirus, just like it does with the flu, because we have flu season, we'll have corona season."
Hey, Jen. So
I wish I was kidding.
Die, man. We're all gonna die.
Being that it was just summer there, you guys have no fucking coronavirus, right?
Oh,
none
no,
at all.
none at all. That's why I'm in isolation.
Africa doesn't have the coronavirus, so you know.
Africa, absolutely. Africa is so fucked. It's just behind the curve.
Wait. We need to pull up a map. Jen, can you find a map? One of those maps
everywhere. Fucking Florida has it. What? It's not fucking not down there.
All over the planet.
I'm in Southern California. Granted, we don't have a lot of cases in San Diego, but we have enough.
I'm in LA.
And I'm in Georgia. It was 85 fucking degrees today. My town is fucking riddled with it right now.
Yeah. LA's a ghost town. LA's a fucking ghost town. I went out today for the first time in a couple of days. I was like, oh shit, everything's closed. There's nobody out there. I'm downtown.
I have to admit, it does sound kind of fun to walk around outside when the entire town's deserted, like it's a zombie movie or some shit. Yeah. That sounds like an absolute blast. But I suspect authorities would have been a little.
Sam answered your question, Amanda. 24 cases were spread at Bondi Beach the other weekend. So that summer's autumn Australia.
You didn't play it yet, but this prick's about to tell everybody to go out and get sun.
Yeah, he is.
Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Okay, so if a person gets plenty of vitamin D, sunshine, etc., they're less likely to be affected by this virus. Is that what you're saying?
You need to stay outside if you can in a sunny area. Now, you're not getting as much vitamin D, so I would suggest that people take the vitamin D pill.
Sorry, I was swearing at him.
If you're an adult, 8,000 units. If you're a child, 2,000 or more.
Right, whomever that guy is fucking
those
evil.
Those aren't overdoses. Yep. And actually, if you start to come down with a cold or the flu, I would suggest that adults take 50,000 units for 3 days.
Wait,
that's not an overdose.
It's not an overdose. No, it's not. You pee it out. That's what happens if you take lots of.
No. Though over time, because I am very vitamin D deficient, so I have to take vitamin D, and I know for a fact that over a period of a few months, if you take 60,000 milligrams of vitamin D, like every day, it is toxic.
Yeah, you'll damage your liver.
Yeah, it is toxic. So this is going on for months. So you're telling these people to be taking 60,000 milligrams or 50, whatever the fuck you said, close enough, every day, and this is going to go on for months. He's going to fucking kill somebody.
Yep. Liver failure.
Well, and I was talking about that sort of thing on like Facebook and Twitter about how it's hard to have sympathy for people who are doing really stupid things and basically earning themselves Darwin Awards. Like the people who are having chickenpox parties for the coronavirus, for COVID-19, because they think they'll get it and it'll be a less severe case, and therefore they'll develop an immunity just like they do with chickenpox and all that stuff. And it's hard to have sympathy for those people. It's hard to not point and laugh. And right now, it's hard to do that with these folks, too, where if they do end up killing people with this horrible advice, it's like part of me wants to have sympathy, but part of me really, really can't.
I'll have sympathy with the people who die. I'm not having sympathy with them. They're absolute pricks.
Well, but those people, even the people who listen to these folks, should at least do a little bit of extra research to make sure, to verify.
Does someone want to screen grab this? Cut out the words that he's got there and say, just I'm a smug cunt.
Perfect.
Also, how much cooler would it be if dinosaurs really were dragons?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so.
Alright, I gotta press play again.
Dragons are smart, though.
100,000 units in a single day for winter time protection. The vitamin D is stored in the liver for, you should have 3 months of vitamin D in your liver. You probably don't. So you need the...
What?
If you take...
Vitamin D, if you don't store it, it builds up in your liver, and that's where you can get...
You need to store vitamin D.
You need to store vitamin D in your liver.
Yeah.
I'm watching I'm watching Kent react to this, listening to this guy, and I'm just getting from the expressions he makes and his body language that he really has no idea what's being said to him.
Oh no,
like
no,
even if he went right or wrong, this is way past his pay grade, and it's just written all over his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shall we play?
Yeah.
50,000, you have an antibiotic effect.
So he's saying you take enough vitamin D and you end up making antibiotics in your own body.
Yeah. He said 50,000 cc.
Yeah.
Programs.
This man is dangerous, and Hovind's promoting him.
Yeah.
Selling his products, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
His idea.
His idea, yeah. This is disgusting. This is, especially in this time of crisis across the world.
It's fucking dangerous. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
This is again, we go back to the key problem here. It's creationism that creates the people that believe this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised that the numbers are so large of people who actually believe it.
Oh, it's
That's
amazing.
surprising. Yeah, that
That's
really
what you
is.
get when you shield people from education.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are
What's happening here?
are most of the world's dumbass creationists in my country?
Yes.
No.
No,
It's
really?
worldwide, but I think the majority is in America.
The problem is you've got to take into account Islam. So at the end of the day, and an awful lot of Muslims.
No, I'm talking about Christian.
Yes.
Specifically.
A lot of them are. I mean, again, you've got to take into account Catholics, I think.
Catholics aren't like that.
No, I think, I think a lot of there is quite a few younger Catholics.
I was Catholic. I was raised Catholic.
Although I think they tend to be in South America, and I'm wondering if I'm getting that wrong.
You're not.
In the polls of Catholics in talking about evolution and creationism and the age of the earth, I think it comes down to about between 40 and 50% of Catholics tend to come down on that side. Although saying that, they don't tend to be the extremists like these guys.
Look,
no, I don't remember.
No, that's not.
I don't remember extremism like this at all.
Never. Again, I went to Catholic school my entire life. Okay, first grade all the way through high school, and I went to an old boys high school. All right, so there was no fanatic, there was no creationism. There was it was science. It was all about science, math. You were taught religion. You were taught that Jesus wasn't fucking real. Like you were taught real shit. It was about education and moving forward and progression. That's been lost, and all this Christian creationism seems to have taken over. The education system is dumbed the fuck down.
And people like Ken Hovind don't even count Catholics as Christians, so.
Right.
Well, and I mean, listening to these creationists talk about how they think the universe works, how they think reality works, it reminds me of nothing more than coming up with your own fictional universe, a sci-fi fantasy universe that has a system of magic and how it works, or here's how the engines propel this ship forward, using nothing that resembles real life science whatsoever, but you've still come up with your own rules. And it sounds like, and they're consistent within the universe you've created. And that's what it sounds like they've done, is created a fictional fantasy universe with its own rules that they're
roll dice on the weekends.
Resemblance to reality, but have nothing to actually do with it. I mean, I'm reminded of that so strongly.
Yeah. No, it's crazy and dangerous. All right, I'm gonna press play again, or else we're never getting through these.
Okay. So that's what I suggest. And vitamin C and zinc so C, D, and zinc are the key nutrients you need to keep your immune system working properly.
Yeah. All right.
Now, zinc is needed for little kids and for adults, and the zinc makes T cells. T cells are thymus cells.
Well, the zinc doesn't actually make T cells. Our bodies make the T cells. Yes, it uses zinc in it, but we use links in lots of bits and pieces and bobs in our bodies, so...
I thought he said seashells. I was very confused.
He said seashells too. I was so confused.
Okay.
Should I press play again, or does somebody else want to make a comment?
No, good.
Okay.
Gone.
And they make memory immunity, so if a vaccine makes the antibodies, then they're lifelong and protects you from measles or chicken pox or what have you. So you need the zinc.
He looked like he was really waiting for his turn to speak. Like he wanted the guy to shut up so he could get an edge in word-wise.
Yeah, when he eventually did speak after that, because I didn't put that in it, all he did was shield the guy. As it suggested, everyone went and bought his products and
from him.
To this guy, yeah, from not from Ken, or they could buy it from Ken or directly from this guy. If they had any medical issues, to phone this guy and his company. Don't go to your doctor.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not. This is exactly what Ken did. He promotes.
No, I'm sorry, but this kind of shit, this and the anti-vaccine shit. I'm sorry, it needs to be fucking prosecutable.
Yes. Prosecutable.
Shut the fuck up.
It needs to be fucking tested against. This is where you get really. It's one of those stupid things. You need an advertising standards authority that will actually look at it. If this is advertising this stuff, and if it doesn't live up to the claims, it should be fucking prosecuted.
I agree.
Well, you know about what's his face, who's not allowed to sell his silver solutions anymore. You know, because I forget his name, but he has that silver solution stuff that's supposed to be like this cure-all, and they told him, you are not allowed to sell this as a cure for corona. Not allowed to do it anymore. And he's kind of pissed about it, but who am I talking about? Who's the guy with the silver solution?
I forget his name.
I know. I can't remember his name either. Right now, you're talking about.
It's just crazy. Daily Atheist has just joined us in the chat, and we've
no, it's Jim Baker. That's who it is. It's Jim Baker.
A few others have jumped in, and I've lost track of the chat, and I apologize for that. Alright, shall we watch the last one? And I think everybody knows what the last one's going to be.
Yeah, I might have to mute myself on this one.
Yeah. Okay. I'll press play.
We had this last Sunday rumors going around the internet about an accidental drowning here at Dinosaur Adventureland, and it's true. There was a family with.
Stop. Did you just say drowning with a D in the middle?
Yeah, he says drowning. He
well, he also said etc., and that one made me cringe.
Yeah. What?
And what
isn't it disgusting that he's got a picture of this kid?
Is the kid making a bowl with his tongue? What's happening?
Yeah. I mean, it's not even
Yeah, I don't think we should really talk about the kid too much, except to say it's disgusting that he's.
No, I'm not talking about the kid. I'm talking about the fact that him putting up the picture of the kid alone. That's fucked.
Yeah,
that's not okay.
This happened on his thing, and I'm sorry for people. I probably should have actually blanked out the picture myself. So we're going to play through this quickly. I don't mean any thing to the family of this child.
No, absolutely not.
We no disrespect to them at all. We are only.
No, at the end of the day, I think they've been treated fucking terribly by the fact that their kid died at this fucking horrific place.
Yeah, and he's a smug prick about it.
Yeah. 5 kids, twin 7-year-olds.
He's a con man, and he knows it.
Oh. Yeah,
and
pretty sure
to stand up and do something like that, to broadcast anything about this is
disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, he made it all about himself.
Go on.
He should have just mentioned it and gone on. But hey, which is probably what we should do. But I want to point out what a prick he is. So.
All playing in the lake together. The water was 3 feet deep. Suddenly, the dad noticed that Stephen, the 7-year-old, was gone.
By the way, Kent, you can drown in 3 centimeters of water. So, you're a fuckhead.
Yeah.
And he apparently slipped on the dock and hit his head. Nobody saw it. We don't know. But he did drown in our lake. And we tried your wife is a medical doctor, and she's right there on the scene as soon as he got him out of the water. We don't know how long he was underwater, but she gave him CPR, did everything right, took him to the hospital.
Their CPR, do it proper conditions being done right whenever he was out of the water. He was man on the scene.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late. We don't know what happened. Anyway, the kids had a...
They don't know what happened.
Do they not have cameras? You'd think they'd have cameras. At a public place like this, with all these people, you'd think there'd be security cameras.
On top of that, they've got a lake that the people can go to. This is a public premises. Shouldn't they be required to have lifeguards?
Lifeguards? It should be in America, I'm pretty sure. And check your Twitter again, Jen. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're... Yeah. I could be wrong.
It also wouldn't shock me if, like, a medical examiner could determine how long the kid had been dead. Maybe I've been watching too many crime shows where the forensic department can work magic, but still.
No, I mean, in terms, if there's the issue is you're talking about, maybe a difference of 10, 20 minutes, and that's harder. It's easier when it's, hours and, you can't, it's not an exact thing. It's just a matter of ambient temperature and temperature differences. So a kid drowns and then is lost. They're not going to be, they're not going to be not notice that he's dead for hours. It's going to be 10, 15 minutes at most. So not that I'm sticking up for this shit. I'm just saying it wouldn't be an exact time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The point remains is he should have had lifeguards. People watching the lake because you've got people on the lake. We don't know.
Or you know what? I guarantee
you're supposed to know what happened, Kent. That's your fucking job.
I bet you if they do have lifeguards, they're fucking teenage kids that are volunteers.
Probably. Yeah, well, all these staff are volunteers, aren't they? That's how he manages to have this shit.
Yeah. It occurs to me, like, I have virtual reality. I have Google Maps VR. I could totally do like a flyby of Dinosaur Adventureland because I don't know what the place looks like from the air, and I'm curious now. I'm just saying. Total tangent. Ignore me.
Does it not look like? I'm sure I've seen a film with it in.
I'm going to cover the playback.
There was a guy with a hockey mask. Go on.
Do you want me to continue?
Yeah.
Yes, come on.
Here we go.
Blast here, and the dad wants to bring all the kids back and loves the place, but there's one complete absolute idiot moron named Robert Batty. He's a former IRS agent. They brought him out of retirement just to hassle me because their IRS case against me looked so bad. They did so many things wrong and broke so many laws. They said, go make Hovind look bad.
Funny how he thinks they broke laws, but he's the one who ended up in prison.
Why the fuck is that kid's photo on the page when he's talking about his fucking scam?
Because Cunt Hovind's a cunt.
You'll see what happens.
Yep, we'll get there. I'll put play again.
Yeah.
Robert Batty. He did a Twitter thing, drowning at Kent Hovind compound.
Drowning.
He calls us the compound.
Why did you say that?
He does everything he can to belittle us, okay? Batty, crazy, insane. You'll drive me batty. Let's see. Similar words: mad, insane, odd, queer, eccentric, deranged, demented.
You really have to look that shit up.
What does this have to do with anything?
Okay, we have good fishing here in our lakes, so ignore what he says, please. Or you get on his Twitter page and explain to him sweetly. Shut up. Okay, go get a life. Just find something constructive
did he just ask his fucking audience to go dogpile on this guy?
He did. Yeah. That's exactly what he did. He asked his audience to dogpile on them. This man's an absolute prick. I mean, to turn that thing into something about him so that he can argue against the IRS and everyone who put him to fucking prison, which he deserved for avoiding tax, you prick.
So what Thunder Nipples there just said, I hate saying that, but what Thunder Nipples just said in the chat, I bet the family wants to come back and relive losing their child. Apparently, just a second ago, maybe I misheard him, but Kent said that they want to keep coming back. Apparently, they said this to him.
Yeah, he
said the father couldn't wait to come back.
They gave him something about how bad indoctrination is that your kid can drown in this park and you want to bring your other kids back.
I don't believe for a second that the father was like, oh, it's okay, dude. I can't wait to come back here. No fucking way. No parent on this planet would ever fucking say that. No.
Well, maybe they think they want to like relive their son's ascension into heaven or some shit. That's the only way I can imagine someone justifying it to themselves.
Nipple sanitizer is correct. After this, he does actually ask for donations. but it's
Jeepers.
not. It's not for the family. It's for
Yes,
the park.
this horrible thing that happened because I was negligent in my own fucking park is so awful for me. Fuck you, cunt. Give me a break. Sorry. I told you I might have to mute myself. I really might.
Yeah, this man is just an absolute prick. There is nothing about him I think we can really like.
You know, if we do this again, we got to come up with some sort of Kent Hovind bingo cards, and
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because a drinking game would kill us.
I think
we need
next time we should maybe pick one of the other ones, like Ken Ham or Ray Comfort.
Let's do Comfort first.
Let's do Comfort first.
I got a lot of shit to say about that motherfucker.
It's gotten to the point where I can't even tell them apart anymore just by name. Like, I have to see their picture.
That was hilarious when I sent you the...
Yeah, you'd send me the video to watch, which I didn't do because I fell asleep because cats decided to snuggle me. But like until I put the video up and saw his face on the screen, I was totally picturing Ray Comfort in my head from Kent Hovind. It just
as bad as Ray Comfort is, and the shit that Ray Comfort has said, which I think he's fucking disgusting too. Nothing comes close to this crap.
Yeah, but I still fucking hate Comfort. I don't like what Comfort does to what he does to people, and the way when he does those stupid fucking interviews and he turns that shit around on them, and yeah, I don't like that.
Have you ever sinned? Are you ever a liar? Well, then clearly you're deserving of hell. I'm not going to prove it exists, but anyway, don't get me started.
All right.
So there was another one I sent you too.
Yes, I know. I'll have to figure that out in a sec, but I've got to figure out how I'm going to display it because I haven't set up for that. I will just dump it over the top of us, I think. We've got a couple of pictures that people sent us. So
one person.
Jasper sent us. So I believe there's some others somewhere, but
Twitter from me.
From Dave, yeah. I will.
Well, not from me, but you know.
I've just got to find the right one. Okay.
And this is the art wall.
All right. So this was the first one. And the chat can actually see it.
Oh God, there's more?
Yeah. So I think I left a little Hovind. Which is that first one where he's got his derpa face. So okay, and I will turn that off so that I can bring up the second one because screw it, I don't care. That one. And the one I asked for, I'm a smug cunt.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Jassa.
Yeah, thanks, Jassa.
Thank you.
Alright, I will turn that off. I will shift this out of the way. Now, you said you had someone that you'd sent me, Dave.
Yeah. From gonna go for it.
Go for it. Oh, okay. So that's a Discord one, is it? Okay.
You should be able to click on it.
Alright. And if I this one here. Yeah.
I mean, that image is old as dirt, but still.
What happened there? Okay, the window capture's not working for some fucked up
It's
reason.
so fucking gross.
I think the level of arrogance to get that tattoo is...
There we go.
Oh, no, you see it. It's kind of
I like my half sleeve better.
Yeah, Kate, I kind of want to steal that a little bit, but I won't. I promise.
Yeah, this is
That's just fucking
messed
up.
That's so messed up. All right, so we got three.
I mean, maybe I'm overthinking this, but that's clearly the left hand, and if this person's right-handed, well, I don't know, but
yeah, I know. I thought the same fucking thing. Don't worry, I did. So.
All right, we will close that off. And yeah. Cool. I'm glad we managed to put that up. Thanks, Jasser and Mathpig did that one? Yeah?
No, gonna go for it.
Gonna go for it, sorry. Yeah. Thank you, gonna go for it. And Jasser for those. That was awesome. Thank you to all the guests. Has anyone got any last thoughts on our lovely cunt Hovind?
I like cheese.
I do too.
I don't. It's horrible stuff. Vile.
No, but seriously, you guys, Dave, Kate, Mathpig, Ease, thank you so much for coming tonight. I know this was a last minute thing.
Does anyone have anything they want to shill for themselves?
No.
Subscribe to me or I'll hurt you.
Yeah,
subscribe to Kate or I'll fucking hurt you.
Yeah, everyone should be subscribing to Kate. She's fucking amazing. Dave's putting the shills out in the chat right now, so go follow everyone, subscribe to everyone. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed to me yet, what the fuck are you doing? Subscribe. Love you guys.
Huffamo. I'm not even sure I'm subscribed. I should make sure of that.
I think you are.
She's subscribed to my channel. Saying.
Yeah, you know, I think I've managed to not subscribe to you.
How the hell did you do that, Kate?
I don't know.
Right. I can't yell at you for that. Who was it the other day I was talking about? Fuck, I'm not even subscribed to you. I'm not even following you on Twitter.
No, Ease.
That was Ease, yeah. I wasn't even following you. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Yeah. So we all do it, Kate. Oh, thank you, Kate. So yeah, follow everyone that's in here. The links are in the chat at the moment. They will be in the description later. I basically woke up and got into this, and after 3.5 hours sleep. So, hence the screw ups. But yeah, I thank you, everyone. Is there anything coming up you want to mention on your channels?
Oh. Actually, okay, it's not actually on my channel, but I'm working on a new webcomic. Unlike most of what I do, it's not narrative fiction. It's actually more like comic strip, like newspaper strip format. It's not out yet. I've only made 30 of them. I want to have enough of a buffer so that if I have to take a day off, I can. But it's called Head Meets. It's basically just random thoughts that go through my head. So they're not all funny. Some of them are just ponderings. But it should come out in another month or two once I get enough of them ready that I feel confident to put it out. So,
Kate, is this the stuff the pictures you've been putting on Twitter? Because I've seen some of it and they're amazing.
Yes. Yeah,
I love it.
Kate's
yeah, that's the one.
Amazing. So,
yeah.
Dave, you've got your quiz.
My critical questions, dumb questions.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do better this time.
We'll go with 2 p.m. GMT, whatever time that is, wherever you are.
Yeah.
GMT is you, right, Dave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Follow Easyism on Twitter. He does absolutely amazing artwork. If you want some artwork done, talk to Sal. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's got a Teespring. It's new. Go check it out. He's amazing. Seriously, one of the he's such an amazing artist. He does a lot of work for me. He's done a lot of work for Mathpig. He's just fucking great. And his website is easyism.com. Please.
And Mathpig, who's your next interview?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's asleep.
It's actually Neil the 604 atheist.
Yeah, but who do you have after that?
All right.
Who do you have after Neil? Mathpig.
Some annoying woman from Boston. I can't remember her name.
Fuck yous. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been amazing, and
it's really fun.
We will. Me and Amanda. We'll have Critical Bitches on the weekend. We've got Mathpig as our guest. Hopefully, you won't be falling asleep.
I'm wide awake.
We'll have a few other videos come out between Amanda and I on our various channels, on our two channels, to help out with the lockdown and with COVID and everything. So keep an eye on our channels, see what's coming up. All the regular crew will be involved. So yeah. Oh, and Kate, are you doing a gaming stream?
You know, I want to, but earlier today I tried to do an unboxing stream and YouTube shut it down for copyright reasons, which is weird because it was me just babbling and opening presents. But apparently, I mean, maybe because I flashed a Stranger Things CD up there or had a Tron toy.
Hey, stop. I don't want this.
Well, I mean, because the Tron toy, like the copyright strike apparently was from Disney, so I guess even showing
Disney are absolute bastards.
So, I mean, I don't know if the Quiplash stream will actually last past the first 5 minutes. I don't know.
Is fine. Lots of people run
Quiplash. Because we're doing Quiplash on my channel this weekend too. So you're
I would love to be part of that.
You all fucking stole Quiplash from me. Quiplash was mine, all right?
I did not. When we planned this shit, we did not know you were doing it, okay?
Hell, I stole it from Mr. Atheist. I stole it from Jimmy. He did it first.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
So people make sure you subscribe, following Kate. If she's going to do the stream, she'll tweet about it. It'll show up on her channel, and that'll be an awful lot of fun because Quiplash is always fun.
Also, I have to figure out why OBS makes me sound like a robot all the time. So.
Okay. I think that's pretty much everything. Go check out Amanda's latest video. It's awesome, and I did the editing, so that's amazing. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Have fun storming the castle.
Good day, guys.
Think critically.
Stay home.
And
don't get run over.
And please don't click on the selfie stick.
Don't fall in your toilets.
Shut the fuck up, Jen.
Bye.
Bye.